Okay, so you finally left that toxic relationship, and now you can only seem to think about and remember the good times that you had together, even though you know that this relationship was not good or healthy for you. So, what's really going on here? Today, we are going to dive in and explain this phenomenon. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Kristin. I'm a life and relationship coach and a clinical hypnotherapist that helps women heal from toxic relationships, love themselves, and create healthy and happy love in their life. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I bring you new content every single week. Okay, so before we get into this and all of the reasons why, I want to know if you're experiencing this. Drop me a comment and let me know if you've left that toxic relationship and you're like, yeah, Kelly, you know what? I am experiencing this where I know all the bad stuff happened, but yet I keep thinking about all of the good times. Let me know your experience below. I'm making this video because I know I experienced this for a good while for myself, and I give you the information that I wish that I had on my healing journey. So I've been asked this question multiple times in a few different ways, but it's usually something along the lines of, Kelly, I know the relationship was toxic. I'm happy I left. I feel relieved that I left, but I miss them and I can't stop thinking about all of the good times that we spent together. I don't know what's wrong with me. And to that I say, there is nothing wrong with you. It is normal. I want you to hear this. It is normal to miss somebody that you have been with in your life. It is normal to miss that human connection with another person. And it is actually very, very normal that you are it's easier to remember the good times than it is the bad. This is a normal experience that most people will experience. One of the main reasons why this is because this is actually a way for your brain to cope with the trauma and the pain of the things that you went through. See, our subconscious mind, the first thing that it does for us is keep us safe. That is the primary job of your brain, to keep you safe. Now, when we have memories of things that do not feel safe, they are not going to be at the forefront of our mind. It's a way for you to cope with the things that you have been through. And I want you to understand how your brain works, because it actually stores good and bad memories differently. So your good memories are stored in a different part of your brain that is actually much more easily accessible for you, while the bad, or rather the more traumatic memories, are stored in a much deeper aspect of your brain that is harder to get to. It's kind of like your brain takes these little traumatic things and puts them in a little box and kind of just locks it away until it's really ready to deal with them and has been given the conditions, the external conditions and the internal conditions, to know that it is safe to process those things. Another reason that you tend to remember the good times is because these were often why you stayed in the relationship in the first place. Because if your relationship was just bad and had all of this trauma and all of this pain going on all of the time, it's very unlikely that you would have stayed, right? It's that cycle of abuse where we have something really good, then it kind of gets then we have a really bad traumatic thing, and then it gets good again, right? Those good times are what we remember, and it's typically what we cling to inside of these toxic relationships. And really, it's an aspect of the cognitive dissonance that we experience inside of these relationships, where we basically create this fantasy where we just try to live in those good times, and we sort of separate ourselves from reality of all of the bad things that are going on, of all the traumatic things that are going on, and we live in this little fantasy land. I explain more about cognitive dissonance in relationships in this video, so you can go check that out after you're done here. Another reason it's much easier to focus on the good is because admitting to yourself how bad it was, how traumatic it was, and all of the things that you put up with and dealt with in this relationship usually brings on feelings of shame within us. And as humans, that is a very uncomfortable feeling. Most people will spend their life trying to never feel the shame that is within them because it is such an uncomfortable feeling. So it actually makes perfect sense, because typically you are not taught how to process your emotions. Most people, we don't get emotional education in school unless your parents happen to be people that were really into personal development and really into these things that probably you are right now, watching these videos and bettering yourself. You did not learn this growing up. Most of us were taught to shut off our emotions. We're taught that certain emotions are bad, and we're not allowed to cry when we want to cry. We're not allowed to be mad when we want to be mad. So we're never taught how to process these emotions. So instead of allowing ourselves to feel these emotions that are negative, that are traumatic, and being with them, we just do all of these things to try to get out of it. So it actually makes perfect sense. If your brain believes that all of these emotions are so bad to feel and it's wrong to feel them, then it's going to look for that out. And that out is the good memories. That out is the good times. Again, this is a totally normal phenomenon, and I hope that this video brought you some insight into what is actually going on. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Don't forget to drop your comment in the comments below. I also have a beautiful free meditation for you to download, which is about reconnecting to yourself, reconnecting to your personal power. You can find that in the information below this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out these other videos for more.